Event after event, it just keeps going, and it's very wild to actually witness this play out in real time. And we're going to continue. We shared in the beginning of this summer, we're going to experience a lot of events, and now we have another massive event, and it's just a matter in a couple of weeks. And what we're witnessing is the change that society has to make for their structures. Just waiting a few minutes. If you're on, just hit something in the chat to let me know that you're here. I usually don't come live at this time of the day, but we're all witnessing massive events that just keep happening and coming. And so if you're just tuning in, Microsoft has a global outage, and flights around the world, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Banking is down. So many problems that are actually occurring right now. So I appreciate everyone that's coming on the live stream. I know I don't normally come live right now, so very grateful if you hit the like button so others will get this notification. It's very interesting for us to watch this, witness this play out in real time. And we as a society, we have to say, are the old structures actually serving our purpose, and how could we do better? Okay, so the Microsoft global outage has gone on today, and it causes so much. It's devastation. I lived through this, and it's actually personal to me. Sometimes, as we are developing new leaders, we have to be placed into a situation that is, gives you the firsthand experience to these types of events. So thousands of flights are canceled. Banking, healthcare, and payment systems, some emergency services are down. And they say this stems from a Crowdstrike security that Microsoft has. And it's causing massive chaos right now. And approximately over 2,000 U.S. flights are canceled, and over 5,000 flights are delayed. And I actually lived through something like this a year and a half ago. I actually had to take a flight, and the FAA grounded all flights, and I had to get a layover, and I wind up getting stranded. I got stranded in Atlanta. I actually had no idea what was going on. Business needs to run, our jobs, our lives need to run. And some people take flights all the time. And then there are people that are actually, maybe a dad, taking his family, mom taking her family, and they waited so long for this flight, and now all of a sudden this flight is canceled. And this is really a major problem that has been going on. On my journey, I got stranded in Atlanta. I didn't know where my luggage was. I didn't know if it went to the final destination. I didn't know where it was. I didn't know when I was going to get out of there. There was thousands of people packed in on top of each other. You can see the pictures of all these people stranded in the airport right now. This is not really a system that can last. I've shared this very seriously, and some people, maybe they don't get it, but I think a lot of people are awake and aware. They're conscious to the changes that need to happen right now. The Tesla technologies. I said airports are obsolete. Okay, you might go to the airport and you're like, this is ridiculous at this point. The airports, the airplanes, this whole system is obsolete. And I think, this is a massive awakening event to show people that we have to do better. And as a society, how can, businesses, how can travel, how can, taking a vacation, like this is the summertime. And, a whole family, a whole family might have saved their money for this one trip. And now it's a total devastation. They worked the whole year. Okay, they worked their whole year, and now they're stranded in an airport. They spent all this money to have a good time, and now they're witnessing a nightmare. I witnessed the nightmare. I was stranded in that airport. I had no clue where my luggage was. People on top, knowing what's going on creates chaos. All right, and I think that this is showing us that we need to do better with these systems, and we're witnessing all societal systems crash right now this year. I appreciate that. If you're just stumbling on, hit the like button. Man, many people need to hear this. I had a friend in the gym. You know, I just did a live stream this morning. I said I got to go back on again. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had a friend. He works remotely, and he was told not to do his work because of the security. Something in Ohio, wherever he was working, he couldn't do the work. Okay, so everything stops when we have, you know, all of these problems. Now, it's one thing to work, but there's people that are traveling for work. There are people that are traveling for vacation. And, you know, that's what we need to, you know, really, you know, think about. What's necessary? How do we do better? But, you know, put yourself in a position. I know some people take flights all the time. I don't know if that's you. Okay. You take flights all the time. You might be a person that, you know, you saved for months, maybe all year for a vacation, and you put all this energy and money into saving up for this, and now you're actually in a nightmare. You thought you're going to paradise, you're in a nightmare. And this is what we're all, I know a lot of people might be new to my channel by this broadcast today, but when I see stuff like this, especially living through it, okay, a lot of people are you know, struggling right now. And it's a grind. It's a grind. And I've seen other reports. I lived through it. So many problems in the past few years when it comes to airlines. So many problems. And it's really not, it's not pleasant to go through a situation like this. And, you know, that's why I was put into a situation like this for a time like this. So I know what it feels like. You know, I think that a lot of the little tastes or experiences, if you will, of a lot of these structures failing. Are you witnessing failing structures right now? We have a taste for it. I had to have that because I put myself into this. Now I put myself, oh, maybe I have someone with me or a family or, you know, like the fear that goes through that. And the whole situation is turned upside down. All right, so, you know, we have people that can't work. We have people that are stranded in airports. And, you know, obviously emergency systems were affected. We don't know if they're up and running now. But certain individuals said that this is the biggest IT outage in history, right now, happening right now. So, you know, we have to start evaluating. And, you know, that's why I've always shared. I share from a place of authenticity. I shared that airports, airlines are obsolete, and we're still doing this. I think it's time. I think it's time for the Tesla technologies. We could travel with ease. A lot of these things have been suppressed for humanity. How about we all take this moment? We're all seeing this. There could be people tuning in. Maybe you're in the airport. You're listening to me right now. You're stuck in the airport. It's enough is enough. That's one of the energy themes that has come up. If you're new to the channel, why don't you hit the subscribe button, because there are many events that are occurring this summer and this year. All right, and I'm going to keep you up to date with all of these events. They're just playing out rapidly right now. All right, you might be sitting there and you say, you know what, I'm feeling this come up to the surface. The energy theme is enough is enough. Enough is enough of these things. And the more that you're awake and aware to where we could be as a society, you know, they actually say our society is like 100 years held back because of the hidden technologies of Tesla, if you will. Travel should not be like this. Travel should not be this difficult. And me personally, this is actually personal to me. And you know, that's what makes the message authentic, because I literally got stranded. I had no clue. I was packed. I was ready to go. I prepared. I was going, oh, I'm going to go and explore and go for a month. And I didn't know where my luggage was. I had no clue. It's not a nice feeling. And people, we as a society, we can't be putting people in this position right now. I know we're looking at this as a you know, a global outage when it comes to Microsoft programming. All right, but you know, bigger issues, actually looking at the airports, looking at humans, witnessing actual humans. I hear this. I talk to people. They travel all the time. I went through a phase. It was part of my life. I had to take multiple flights in a year, like so many flights. I never had to take so many flights before. And it wears you down, and it wears so many people down. And I think that this is a moment in history, and you could let us know in the comments, as society, We have to say enough of the old structures, enough of the old structures, and it's time for newer structures. And that's what we do on this channel. We're a community, and we have to build society collectively. All right, and I appreciate if you're on right now, because I don't normally come live. I just was live, and I had to come on again. So this is showing us how fast and how rapid these events are playing out, and we're literally witnessing it right now. And it's not the same. I think that, that's why God put me in that position. But it's not the same. You could hear about it, but it's totally different when you actually experience it. And, when you experience, getting stranded, not knowing where your stuff is, maybe your work is thrown off. I just had a friend in the gym, whether it's remotely or, traveling, a person can't get the work done. This is all, everyone needs to get on the same page. We need to have these better systems. We have to have different methods of flying, different methods of travel. It has to be. We don't think about the common everyday life man and woman. The common everyday life man and woman that just spent all their money, right? If you have a family of 4, you could have invested thousands of dollars. People are now stranded because the flights some are delayed, but some were canceled. So they paid all this money. They got ready. They worked. I worked all year. I saved up for this trip, and now I'm in a terrible situation. So we as a society, we have to put the intent out that a lot of these new travel methods do come to the surface. And, we are creating this change right now. And the more we talk about it, the more that we put it out there, the more that we become empathetic to and putting yourself. I was physically put into that situation, if you don't actually experience these things, you don't really feel it. And that's why each and every one of us, every system, can go down. Payment systems were affected. Maybe there's people that are trying to get paid. They can't get paid right now. So there's a lot of thought. There's a lot of conscious thought that needs to be placed. And we, the people, we have to come up with better methods. How are we moving forward, especially when it comes to flights, but other things as well that are affected. And, there's a phrase, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. And we don't want to hold the growth. When we expand, I did a video earlier today. You should really check it out if you happen to be new and you came across this. This is a time period of expansion. So as I shared about expansion, this rising, even though this is a contraction moment, but this is a catalyst moment. I talked about that as well. This is a catalyst moment. And sometimes until we actually feel that, and I know on my personal journey, I know why I felt that, it then course directed me. It put a sense of urgency. This is where I need to do. I might have made different decisions afterwards, right? And you could see that. So as a society, for example, we see this catalyst moment. There's people stranded. They're having a terrible time. But it causes change. And that's really what we need right now. And a lot of people know about this. Look at how when it's just one aspect, and how much of the grid, how much of society is down right now from one aspect. So what happens when, it goes down? Like I'm reading the comments right now. Some people know about the 3 days of darkness. For example, how does society react to that? So, we have to, as a world, we have to have things in place. We have to put out conscious thought that better systems are coming in place, because we totally need better systems. We totally need better systems, and we definitely need more better methods for transportation. I'm over it. I'm so and you might feel like this too. You actually feel drained when you go to the airports. And to be in that position, it's not healthy. It's not safe for thousands of people to be caught in an airport. They have and when everyone doesn't know what's going on, it's not a good situation to be in. And I lived through that situation. And it's not a good feeling. You know, the stress. We have to be in a world, especially when we have the capability, to have technologies released to the public. You could write it in the comments. How about we release the Tesla technology? How about there's not thousands upon thousands of people stranded in airports right now? How about that? How about we have better systems in place? That's where we have to do. We're actually living this out in real time right now. That's why I came live right now. We're witnessing it in real time. We need real solutions and real change, and we all need to speak about it. Right? I'm not Mr. Airline pilot guy, right? But it's part of my life, and we all want to have this improvement to move around, and we will grow as a society if people weren't constantly. I know so many people. Please leave it in the comments. In the past 2 years, have you been devastated by canceled flights, delayed flights? It takes the whole day. A 2-hour flight, it's turned into a 9-hour production. And leave comments if you're experiencing, right? And you know, obviously, you know, me going through this and experiencing, I couldn't believe it. You know, like in the past, I've taken flights. I happen to take a lot of flights in the past couple of years, and like every single one, there was a problem with. There is a massive problem, and you know, we're here for the solutions, and realize that changes are happening. Look at this event. We know these changes are happening. You got to prepare the mind. You have to prepare the mind, you know, and, you know, whether it was banking, payment services, emergency services were down. So listen, there's plenty of people. They have great technologies. How about we put them out there? How about we do better? And, you know, I lived through this. Those that were on the channel and knew about that massive event that I went through. It's not pleasant to go through it, and you know, that's actually you know, I'm driven beyond motivated. Driven. You're seeing this play out in real time. I was motivated. I was driven to come on and discuss this right now because there's thousands of people that are stranded that have no clue what's going on. It could be for their work, it's preventing their work, or you literally have families. There's families that are devastated. It's a total devastation. It's gotten to a point, hit the like button if I'm speaking the truth. It's gotten to a point it doesn't even pay to take the airline. Like you don't even want to take the airlines anymore. Amanda, I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much, Amanda. I appreciate you, Amanda. I appreciate everyone showing up, hitting the like button, leaving comments. Okay, I think we're all prepared for the new technologies. I think we're done with outdated systems, and it's not a good feeling to be in that position. I had a lot of trauma. You know, these are things we discuss on our channel, and you know, to go through things, the only thing we could do is pay it forward, pass it forward. So I do know how it feels, and it's not a good feeling, and that's the only thing I could do. I could be a lighthouse. And we have to get the energy flowing in the right direction. So I do appreciate all of you coming on, and I'm very grateful for this. It is a time period where we're going to witness, and this is just an example right now. We are witnessing societal structures crumble, glitch, fail. So it's just the energy theme. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button if it calls you. And I'll keep you posted, and we will all stick together as a community as we witness the old structures fail and new ones be built simultaneously. We're actually creating this with our conscious thought. I know some people might be new to this and they think it's crazy, but you know, in a year from now, if we're all traveling more efficiently, isn't it so inefficient? There's a lot of people that know about these hidden or restricted technologies for all of humanity. We could get businesses up and running, right? We have to get these things out to the people ASAP. That's where we need to have them. So stay focused. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're new to this, you know, we dive into these energy updates. We dive into what's actually happening, and we take the pulse of society and we help you navigate through the event. It is the expansion of human consciousness. And a lot of people right now are conscious and aware that this airline system, this method of travel is obsolete, and it needs to be fixed now. It does. It needs to be fixed now. So I appreciate all of you. I'm sure there are many more events that will be happening this summer. It is, we all know the energy theme. There are many people that are in tune to the energies of the now moment. And, you know, it's just our journey. It's part of the ride. We have the experience, it's the pressure, and it causes massive expansion. We talked about that earlier today. And Malachites, thank you so much. God is creating a new thing. The old is it's going out the window. Yeah, we're witnessing it collapse. And that's actually how, you know, God does create a new thing. You do have a little bit of a, you know, it's not an easy thing to go through if people are stranded right now. It's totally not an easy thing. I went through it. But you feel this, and when the pressure is on, it causes change. It causes catalysts. It causes, you know, people like me. There are so many other people. We have to be focused on the world. We all are putting out our content right now. You might be getting this message. We all have to stick together. And we know collectively that there are massive changes happening this year. We're not waiting anymore. These old structures, they are leaving, and it's not easy to go through this. So, you know, appreciate all of you. Let us know in the comments, what is your take on the airline and travel and what's going on? And have you witnessed a lot of problems? Do you know that this method of travel is obsolete? It's obsolete, yeah. This method of travel is obsolete. So enough is enough, and let's start putting out better systems, better methods of travel. And by doing so, it actually brings people back together. Right? So it's a massive sorting, but I feel that today is it's in a catalyst event for people to expand their consciousness, because that's what's happening right now. I appreciate all of you. We have daily videos here at 9 a.m. Eastern time. We keep you focused and motivated in all three phases of your life, and we are all becoming leaders of the new earth, and we're all going to be putting our inputs in, different inputs, so that we can change. We are the change that we want to see in the world. Jill writes, leave the world behind. We're leaving the matrix behind. That's a beautiful, yeah. We are, everyone write that in the comments. We're leaving the matrix behind. That's what we're doing. We're leaving the matrix behind. I'm reading the chat. Some people are getting their computers back on right now. But it's a wild time. And it's so wild to witness it play out in real time. So I'm here, you're here. Let's stay focused. Let's keep moving forward, and let's put out the energies collectively, right, of expansion for our everyday lives and for the collective. Okay, it's an important time period. So I appreciate you all. Yeah, you got to say bye, Felicia, to the Matrix. It's the old way. But the old way is obsolete. Let's bring our families back together. Let's get people back together, and let's be efficient. You want to run a business, you want to have society, everyone does better. Everyone does better when we move faster and more efficiently. And this is a major awakening call today. So I love you all. We'll be back on tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. The event. Oh, it's now. I appreciate you all. Bye for now.